Hi everyone, today we are going to talk about an important topic from chapter 4 of the book by Stephen Crutches. The topic is the rule of grammar. Putting grammar, it is a place. Many people believe that grammar is the most important part learning English. They think students must learn rules first, for example like verb tense, sentence structure, and correct form. But Stephen Crutches has a different idea. For example, he said that grammar is not the most important part learning a language. According to him, we don't learn a language by memorizing rules. Instead, we learn a language when we understand message. This means we learn better. When we listen, read, and understand English in a natural way. So, this idea is part of what he called the input hypothesis. It means that students learn language when they receive comprehensible input or simple language that can understand. So, grammar is not the center of learning. Grammar is only a helper. It can help us check our language or improve later, but it doesn't create real life communication. For example, in real life, when we learn our first language, we don't study grammar rules first. We learn by listening or watching videos and understand people around us. So the same idea can be used when learning English. So in this video, my classmate explained some point important. The first is the what grammar real does a language learning. The second is why understanding message is more important than rules. The third part, how a student can learn grammar naturally. And the last one, and some simple ideas for teacher and student. So remember this idea for the grammar rules is communication come first, no grammar come later.
Hi everyone, my name is Jenny. Krashen argues that grammar should be the primary focus of language learning. Grammar has a limit and a specific role. There are two systems, acquisition and learning. Acquisition is natural, unconscious, as when the children learn a language. And learning, conscious, knowledge of the rule grammar. According to Krashen, when achieved, fluency primarily is through acquisition, not is through studying grammar. Grammar acts as a supervisor, meaning it doesn't create language. It only helps to review and correct what is already known. Grammar is only used when there is a time you are focused on correctness, you know the rules. Example, speaking quickly, use acquisition. Writing carefully, you can use grammar. Grammar has a limited role. Krashen states that grammar doesn't make us speak fluently on its own, doesn't lead to real communication skill. It can help to polish or score language. Grammar isn't useless, but it should be secondary. The priority should be understanding message of communicating.
Hello everyone, my name is Elizabeth Cáceres, and in this interactive section, we're going to make 3 little exercises about what we have learned previously. The first exercise is comprehension questions, the second one is reflection questions, and the last one is a short practice. Okay, so for the first part of this interactive section, we have comprehension questions, and the question says, according to Krashen's theory, what are the 3 specific conditions that must be met for a learner to successfully use their monitor or conscious grammar knowledge? I have a hint for you right here, and it says, think about what learners need in terms of time, focus, and mental resources. I'm going to give you 20 seconds for you to answer it, and it starts now. 15 seconds. 10 left. 5 left. You almost got it. You're almost there. Time's up. Okay, if you didn't get the answer, we're gonna see what the answer is in the next slide. So the answer to the previous question about the 3 specific conditions, we have the number 1, which is time. The performer must have sufficient processing time to think about, remember, and apply the conscious rules. Number 2 says focus on form. The performer must be thinking about correctness or focused on the form of the output rather than just the message. The number 3 in the last one says knowledge of the rule. The performer must actually know and understand the rule they are trying to apply. Okay, so we are in the second part of the interactive section, and this is reflection questions. So I have 2 questions for you to think about and reflect. At the end of the questions, you can pause the video and think about it. Krashen argues that fluency comes from acquisition rather than learning. Think about a time that you try to speak a second language. Did focusing heavily on grammar rules make the conversation easier, or did it create a mental block? How does this experience align with the idea of monitor? Okay, so we are in the section number 3, which is the short practice. The topic is the monitor audit. The instructions are: identify which of the following scenarios primarily rely on acquisition and which allow for the use of monitor. Okay, so we have the scenario letter A, which is texting a close friend quickly to say you are running late. B, writing a formal cover letter for a job application. C, ordering food at a busy restaurant in a foreign country. D, taking multiple choice grammar exam. Okay, so the answer for this scenario number A, it is acquisition. There is typically little time to focus on formal correctness, and focus is almost entirely on the message. The scenario B, monitor. This allows for optimal monitor use because the writer has time, is highly focused on correctness, and can look up rule knowledge if needed, which matches the 3 conditions, the specific conditions. The scenario Z, is acquisition. In a busy and high-pressure environment, a learner usually relies on their acquired system to convey the message quickly without time to reflect on complex syntax. And the last one, number D, it is monitor. This is a discrete point task designed specifically to force the student to focus on form and apply learned rules. Thank you.
Okay, now I will give the conclusion of our topic. In conclusion, grammar is important, but it should be in its place, not on the center of the language learning. This idea is explained by Stephen Krashen in chapter 4. Krashen explained that the student don't learn language only by studying grammar rules. Instead, they learn better when they understand the message and use language in real life situations. Putting grammar in its place means that grammar is only a support. It helps students, but is not the main way to learn a language. According to Krashen, grammar works like a monitor. This means a student use grammar to check or correct their language, but not to communicate in natural way. When a student focus too much on grammar, they may feel afraid to speak or make mistake. Because of this, they participate less and learn more slowly. So, on other hand, when a student focus on communication, they feel more confidence, they can press ideas, practice more, and learn more naturally over the time. For example, a student can communicate and have a conversation even if their grammar it is not that perfect. This shows that understanding is more important than being correct all the time. So grammar still has a role because it helps students improve little by little. However, it should support communication, not control it. So, in the end, the most important message is that learning a language is about understanding and communication. So, it is better to share ideas than to be perfect. And also, Krashen say that we acquire a language when we receive comprehensible input. That means language that we can understand even if some words are new. So, thank you for watching. We hope this video helps you understand how to put grammar in its place.